Good evening, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our service. It's just me and you tonight. Rabbi Delson is at Camp Gucci teaching and spending time with our campers who are there, and we hope she's having a wonderful Shabbat out in nature while we're enjoying our Shabbat in the air conditioning here. We'll begin on page 142 with Shalom Aleichem as we welcome the Shabbat angels into our midst.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I'd like to invite Janine Hutner forward with our announcements for this evening.
It's nice. Hello, I'm Janine, representing the Board of Trustees, and I would like to welcome you to Temple this evening. The beam of flowers this evening are in loving memory of Susie Kaminsky Miller from Jeff and Tom Kaminsky and their families. Tomorrow, July 13th, join Shabbat morning yoga, body and soul with Cantor Jen Rower and Amy Nistel. Saturday, July 14th, from 3 to 7 p.m., the temple is hosting a stem cell bone marrow registration and swab event in honor of Charlie Bauer, a member of our temple family. Charlie is a 20-year-old nursing student at Ohio State University who was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia this past May. You must be between the ages of 18 and 40 to register to be a donor. Help patients like Charlie find their cure. Torah Today is on July 20th at 9:30 a.m. Join Rabbi Delson for a lively discussion of the Torah portion for the week. Coffee and bagels will be served. RSVP to the temple office to attend. The book clubs of B'nai Israel, Etz Chaim, and Temple Shomer Imunim invite you to a joint synagogue book club and lunch and learn. Wednesday, July 24th at 12 p.m. at Temple Shomer Imunim. The cost is $7 and you may pay at the door. Joe and Elaine Jacoby are hosting an Oneg Shabbat on Friday, August 2nd, following services. The heavy appetizer Oneg Shabbat is in honor of Joe's 80th birthday. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And as we enter into Shabbat, as we have been doing each Shabbat since October 7th, we are remembering one of the hostages who was taken at the beginning of the conflict. This evening, we're remembering Guy Gilboa Dalal, who's 22 years old. He is always surrounded by friends. He loves playing soccer and is a fan of the Maccabi Haifa soccer team. So our thoughts and prayers are with Guy and all of the hostages as we enter into our Shabbat celebration this evening. We continue now with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, page 120 and 121, and I would like to invite Joe and Elaine, who I asked to light the candles, having no idea that this big event was coming up, forward to light the candles for us this evening.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai We continue now welcoming Shabbat with the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat with Or Zarua, but I had a funny feeling I wrote down the wrong page number. Page 132 at the bottom of the page. Or Zarua, light is sown for the righteous. we welcome the Sabbath Bride, page 138, Lecha Dodi.
Shame multiferet velitila lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki makor habracha merosh mikadem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla hitoreri kiva orech kumi ori shir dabiri kivod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla.
We rise to greet the Sabbath Bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'v'tola toch emunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabla.
Page 144.
Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah Belmad divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei decho beit Yisrael bagala u'v'zman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'alam Ulamei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yipa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekucha Barichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran belma ve'imeru. Amen. Please rise for the Baruch Hu. The next song, God of Creation, our prayer for light and dark, can be found on your song sheet. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv arabim v'chokhma poteach sharim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun, you unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv arabim v'chokhma poteach sharim. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv arabim. Still on the song sheet, our next prayer, Ahavat Olam, speaks of God's love for us that's expressed through the gift of Torah. It's just the next little poem that's there. But we can't accept God's love unless we are open to it. And so I brought you a poem this evening by E.E. Cummings. May my heart always be open to little birds who are the secrets of living. Whatever they sing is better than to know, and if men should not hear them, men are old. May my mind stroll about hungry and fearless and thirsty and supple, and even if it's Sunday, may I be wrong, for whenever men are right, they are not young. And may myself do nothing usefully, and love yourself so more than truly. There's never been quite such a fool who could fail pulling all the sky over him with one smile. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Please be seated. Still on the song sheet, we join together in the Ve'ahavta. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise, and when you rise. We're going to turn all the way to page 239 at the top of the page. Emet, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. Back on page 158. We'll read together in the middle of page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Shameru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם Shabbat vayinafash, v'shameru b'nei Yisrael, et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם, ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם, לדורותם ברית עולם. We rise for the tefillah, page 164. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Hasurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Mimit, Umechaya, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atal hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We continue on page 174. Ritzei, Ritzei, Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam b'ahava tekabel, u'tehi leratzon tamid, u'tehi leratzon tamid, avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, shotecha levadecha, ve'yir'an avod, she'otecha levadecha, ve'yir'an avod. Page 177. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? we mortals, that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulacha na'eh lehodot.
Shalom Rab, Shalom Rab, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rab, Shalom Rab, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarich et amecha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב, שלום רב, על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב, שלום רב, על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We read together on the top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'Hashem. We think now of all those in our lives who are in need of healing, whether healing of body, mind, or spirit. In our congregational community this evening, we're sending healing prayers especially to Sandy Eisenberg, Dr. Sam Adler, Charlie Bauer, and Dr. Harvey Wolf. And if you'd like to add names to this list out loud, I invite you to do so now.
Steve Kramer, Dave Northwood,
join together in the Misha Berach for healing on page 371. We pause for a moment of silent prayer. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name. And we will know that you are one. And we will know that you are one. In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Chukat, we find the Israelites wandering in the desert. Perhaps we should say journeying in the desert, amidst a lot of drama and kvetching. In this portion, Miriam dies, the people complain about their lack of water, the king of Edom refuses to let the Israelites pass through, Aaron dies, and the people are punished for their complaining. In the midst of all this sadness and chaos, Moses famously hits the rock to draw water out for the people. It's a Torah portion filled with the kind of sadness and strife and frustration that we might imagine would accompany being lost in the desert for 40 years. Amidst all of this drama and action, a teaching by Dr. Ruchama Weiss draws out one small sentence from the story that might seem unremarkable. From Numbers chapter 21, verses 18 and 19. It reads, "And from Midbar to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nachliel, and from Nachliel to Bamot." That's it. One small description among many of places that the Israelites traveled to on their way, a seemingly unremarkable list of places that they stopped. This list, which is part of a longer passage describing where they stopped, is sandwiched in between some battles and the Israelites complaining bitterly about their situation. Although it seems like just a list of places, of course, the rabbis of the Talmud had something interesting to say about it, and this little snippet I'm about to read is on your handout. They begin with a quote from the Torah. "From Midbar, which means wilderness, to Mattanah, which means gift, and from Mattanah to Nachliel, and from Nachliel to Bamot," they then explain, "when a person makes himself reckless." Now, this word reckless is Dr. Weiss's translation. Another common translation in this spot is the word humble. Two quite different words, reckless or humble. When a person makes himself reckless and available to all, like a wilderness, Torah is given to him for a gift, a matana. Dr. Weiss writes, "This midrash offers paradoxical thinking, the ethics of opposites. A person needs to give everything up, abandon and disown oneself and needs in order to merit receiving the greatest gift of all, Torah." Dr. Weiss continues with an interesting definition and description of the word reckless. She suggests that it describes a person who abandons a sense of identity and self, as well as attachment to or ownership of land, and instead becomes open to experience the wilderness. Then, one becomes a person who exposes oneself to a new body of knowledge and becomes an agent of the divine will. The suggestion to find freedom in recklessness and abandonment opens new horizons. And with this fascinating dive into this tiny little piece of Torah, she makes a very interesting claim. The land of Israel is not the Jewish people's birthplace. The wilderness was the birthplace of the Jewish people. Often when people are asked where they feel most spiritual or inspired or peaceful or alive, the answer is someplace in nature. Some of us feel drawn to the mountains or the ocean or the desert, or maybe any place that's not our regular everyday setting. Often in meditation exercises, we employ images of a blue sky, a placid lake, a wide expanse to inspire a feeling of expanded awareness. We can be naturally affected by our surroundings, which can cause a change within. Of course, we can also be closed to our surroundings, rendering us incapable of being affected or changed from the outside. While I'm not sure if reckless is the perfect word to describe the inner orientation that allows for inspiration, there are definitely qualities of recklessness that are needed. The sense of complete openness to what may come and an abandonment of preconceived beliefs and guidelines may be a prerequisite for transformative growth. The interesting thing about the word reckless is the sense of potential danger that's implicit in the word. We judge reckless behavior poorly because it implies a disregard for health and safety. But the interesting thing about this word is the hint of fear that it inspires. In our spiritual orientation, we have a very important word in Hebrew, yirah, which can be translated as fear, but also as awe. Or perhaps it's truly a combination of the two. The connotation of recklessness lends this flavor of heightened openness and unpredictability. I'm also not sure if the other word provided in translation, humble, is the perfect word. If we consider the qualities of humility, interestingly, it overlaps surprisingly with recklessness. may be on the other side of the coin. Humility indicates an emptying of the self and an abdication of ego. Although, really, this is our contemporary definition, it's not the true spiritual definition of humility, but that's a talk for another time. When a person is humble, they're also open to whatever may come and are at least willing to abandon their preconceived beliefs and guidelines to take in whatever is present. But in humility, we don't have the sense of a spirited self that recklessness implies. Recently, I heard a teaching by Rabbi Mira Neshama Weil, in which she gave some different wording for this experience that may be informative. Giving ourselves to the moment. When we are in these expansive natural environments, often they inspire us to give ourselves over to the moment, to allow space in and allow us to take in all that our surroundings are offering us. Perhaps this giving over of ourselves takes both recklessness and humility in some form. But it is only by giving ourselves to the moment, approaching with openness and no preconceived agenda, that Torah, the teachings that will enrich our lives and inform our future, whatever those teachings may be, will be allowed in and will be allowed to transform us. The Torah, in concrete and allegorical brushstrokes, teaches this lesson over and over. Our ancestors in the wilderness were afraid. They were protesting. They were mentally fighting their situation. And each time, they are literally punished for their closed-minded behavior. When they repent, apologize, or in more contemporary terms, open themselves and give themselves over, they are rewarded. The clothing of the stories can be difficult to understand, but the underlying message is the same. I'd like to close with some words from our prayer book, page 284. Feel free to listen or to turn to the page, it's up to you. Help me, O God, to find still moments, quiet spaces within to refresh my soul. Cease my questions, my inner debates, and let me meditate on your goodness. Help me, O God, to nurture my courage, recalling moments of strength. Let me remember days of fortitude and the certainty of your regard. Help me, O God, to turn to the light, to feel the warmth of your touch, my own face and fingers outstretched, alive, alive in your sight. Ken Yeh Ratzon, may we all find the openness that we all so need. We'll continue now with the Aleinu, page 586. Please rise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Page 591.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. page 593. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen, yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. We think now of those in our community who have died in recent days or weeks, for whom the period of Shiva or Shloshim is still being observed. Albie Romanoff and Phyllis Ruth Horwitz. We also think of those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of death, falls on this Shabbat. Marty Alvin, Benjamin Balshon, Max Barkan, Harry H. Davis, Samuel I. Dreyfus, James L. Epstein, Hazel W. Fantle, Marianne Fetterman, Joseph Friedman, Arthur Jack Frost, Michael Gans, Sanford Golding, Doris Goldman, Ruth F. Goldstein, Gladys Green, Simon Hess, Thomas L. Kaplan, E. Mitchell Kaufman, Dr. Alvin Levin, Stanley T. Nathanson, Sylvia Nessenman, Charlotte C. Paris, Nathan Perlman, Michael Powder, Suzanne Radovsky, Hannah B. Romanoff, Ferdinand Roth, Lena Roth, Rose Schiff, Meyer Schiff, Carl Schultz, Edward Stern, Mirel Streichler, Ernest S. Erwitz, and Julia Zepnik. Are there other names to mention for Kaddish this evening? We rise now as one community to recite the words of the mourner's Kaddish, the Kaddish Yatom, page 598. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, bel mad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon u'v'yomei chon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekud shabrichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalom Rabbah min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav uyaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen. You may be seated. We'll close with the final words of the Kaddish with Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace. Shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shabbat Shalom.